Hello Galactic family. My brothers. You, who have walked on their way, who have sought to discover themselves, who have not refused to face, who have gone through the pains, the struggles of life, have walked in tortuous ways, often suffered, laughed, amused, but not they stopped living. You, children, are those who learned their own limits, their limitations, but also saw that they have many potentials, much to divide, much to give themselves. Such is life, it was made to live every day, every simple challenge, every obstacle of the way. Many of them, so simple, so normal, but that in front of our own restrictions, they become insurmountable walls. Others, true mountains before us, we pass without even giving much attention. How's life? It is made of these experiences. Some we have learned to overcome, and we are masters of these obstacles, and we can teach the way to others who still stumble. Others, that we still need the hand that extends before us, so that we can live them more safely. But notice, my brethren, from the simplest to the hardest obstacles in life, all are teaching us, all are leading us to our own knowledge. Because the great problem is not in the situation, in the obstacle, in the confrontation itself, but in what experience generates in terms of feeling. Through our experiences we learn to overcome not only the obstacle itself but also ourselves. We get stronger because we learn to know ourselves, to deal with our own feelings, with our emotions. Thus we become more balanced because we are knowledgeable about ourselves. And on this journey, we come across our brothers, who often, from their own restrictions, project their own difficulties until today, to make our lives harder. It is a projection that we resonate and accept, allowing it to become difficult, because we enter into the clash, while we could simply understand our feelings and then forgive, have compassion, radiate love. From our own pain, we understand the pain of the one who puts us in the position of facing us. And so we become the masters of life, the masters of our emotions, of what we feel and how we react. So we are stronger, more confident. As we get to know each other, we enrich ourselves, we learn each day what we feel in the face of each experience. And we learn more, not to let feelings control us. We become masters of our emotions, but not because we struggle to suppress them, but because we know what these feelings generate us, how we react. Learning is not in how to deal with the external, but in knowing what each experience generates. This is the true lesson of life. And then we become our own masters, those who know each other deeply, who allow the emotions to come, because they no longer control us. It is we who look at our feelings to say, "Come here, my dear friend," that we are old acquaintances. This is how we come to see ourselves, as an old friend, who knows himself deeply. Who knows what you're dealing with. But I ask them, how can we know ourselves, if we are to hide, to judge our feelings, not to accept what we are? How, children, is it possible to live without being full, integral to life, without being delivered? Life, children, is not hard. Hard, really, we are ourselves, with our feelings. We hide our truth, we stop feeling, we block ourselves, and we stop being integral, we stop knowing ourselves, we do not give ourselves to life. Then life becomes hard, because we run away from our truth. Life is hard for those who do not surrender, who do not know each other, who do not test their own limits, surrender, and seek the depth of themselves. Observe, children, that those who challenge themselves, who each day face a new difficulty, are always going forward, to seek themselves. Those who hide themselves, they are blocked, they are precisely those who fall into bitterness, resentment, the energy of hurt, because they do not accept to have been challenged, to be placed before themselves, naked, without masks. This hurts but frees. And those who understand something so simple, are free, laugh at life and learn each day with their own feelings. These are those who have learned to fall and rise. That they no longer care about feeling smaller, because from this feeling they draw their own strength to rebalance themselves in the face of experiences. They no longer cling to their own perfection. They have become simpler, simply because they are, and deal with their feelings in the face of their choices in life. And we see that, perhaps one of the hardest tests of life, is the lack of acceptance with what we are. When the mirror before us puts us before our needs, our attachments, what we always believed to be, and then we radiate our anger, our hatred, against those or what is stripping us, to put ourselves before ourselves. This is the lesson of life. Learn to be humble in the face of our choices, our feelings, so that we can at least be true. That's why life was not meant to complain about experiences, to judge, to criticize what is before us. But it was done to learn about what we feel, about what we believe. And it is only in facing life that the lesson is learned in depth. It is in the lesson of life that we learn about our own feelings, about our reactions to experiences. In the background, the quest is for freedom, but not for being free before the world. It is by our own freedom, to feel all that we are. The greater freedom is in this sense of permission, where feelings come, pass, but do not dominate us, they are not rebuked, they do not turn into revolt, into anger, but are lived out of forgiveness, understanding and love. That's life. Be in peace. Serapis Bait.